Good morning, Facebook Live. Thank you so much for joining in with us this morning. I'm Austin Love, live here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and an exciting day if you're a music fan, exciting day if you're from Cleveland. This is an exciting day if you've ever listened to music, I would ever say, in your entire life, because it is Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions of the class of 2020. So we're going to be finding out, we just found out they were announced, we're going to be seeing who's going to be in rock and roll lore for the rest of their entire life, which is super exciting. I'm joined here by Mandy Smith. She is the Director of Education here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I was here earlier on 3 News Go, and we had a lot of fun. We're basically best friends. And Director of Education really suits her because she drops some music knowledge on you, which is great.
Well,
so thank you so much
I
for
appreciate that. I'm glad I'm earning my paycheck.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. So, all right. Announced right now, and they actually made the announcement right here behind us. This is Sirius XM Radio. The host flew in from New York just to be right here in Cleveland, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame CEO Greg Harris, he made the announcement. So let's go one by one. We'll first give the full list, and then we'll kind of break these down. So all right, so in alphabetical order, we have Depeche Mode making it, followed by the Doobie Brothers, Whitney Houston, 9 Inch Nails, the Notorious B.I.G, and then T.REX. So those are the performer categories. Mandy, let's break these down. So let's start with Depeche Mode. First and foremost, just kind of, what was your reaction to a lot of, just in general, to the class? To the whole class?
I think it's a great class. Yeah. It shows really the breadth and the variety of rock and roll. You've got some great sort of classic rock on there. You've got hip hop. You've got Whitney Houston. Yeah. I mean, you've just kind of got something for everybody on this list.
Definitely.
And I also think it really shows how it is the year 2020. So now we're getting a lot of people who were whose height of popularity was in the 80s and the 90s.
Names that all of I kind of remember.
Me too. It's so exciting, isn't it?
We're kind of on the younger side, which is always good. So, all right, let's start with Depeche Mode. Yeah. What was your initial reaction? What was the what was their significance? How did they make it in?
Yeah, Depeche Mode really, like everyone, deserves to be on this list.
Yeah.
They did a lot to really popularize synthesizer rock and roll, so synth pop in the 1980s. And they had so many great hits, but they also, had a bit of a dark or a goth side to them. So I think that they're a really interesting mix of things. And they're one of 2 nominees who have been on the ballot before. So I was glad to see them get in, I think, on their 3rd try.
Definitely. All right, moving on to something that my father is going to be very excited about. Doobie Brothers.
She's going to be very excited.
Definitely. So Dave Love, he's going to be loving this one. We see our cameraman giving us the thumbs up as well. Doobie Brothers, their significance and what they're going to mean to the Rock Hall as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think a lot of our fans are really going to be happy that they got in. They were in the top 5 on the fan vote, which is great. They also just, they have so many songs that you just can't help but sing along to. Like try and not sing along to a Doobie Brothers song.
Absolutely.
I dare you.
I love it. So, all right, next we have Whitney Houston, and we'll never sing that again. All right, so tell me about Whitney. Of course, everyone knows Whitney Houston, one of the most famous people in the past 30 years. I mean, what is her significance?
And she really was the voice of a generation. I mean, with Whitney Houston, she has so many great songs and everything, but I think what really makes her so special is that voice. She had such a wide range, and just, the song that you just sang, like, I cannot listen to that song without the hairs on my arm literally standing up.
And when you're hearing it also at a karaoke bar and someone else is trying to recreate it, it's usually nails on a chalkboard, which brings us to our next band here, 9 Inch Nails.
Quick transition.
Thank you, I appreciate it. They pay me to do this once in a while. And so 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, Cleveland native. I mean, this means a lot, of course, to people right here in Northeast Ohio. I mean, what can you say about 9 Inch Nails?
Speaking personally, 9 Inch Nails.
We talked about this earlier. You're a big fan.
Yeah, they are a top 5 band for me. In fact, I brought a second shirt today. I'm going to do a wardrobe change and put on my 9 Inch Nails shirt in the middle of the day. They are so great, and they were perfect for the 90s. Yes. I know they started getting popular in the late 80s, but in the 90s, when everybody was just angsty and feeling their feelings, 9 Inch Nails was absolutely perfect. And they are the first industrial band, really, that's getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that's a really important moment.
Nice. Okay, so this one's probably my favorite. Notorious B.I.G. Really excited to see that he made it in here, and this was on his first time on the ballot, correct?
First time on the ballot and first year eligible, period.
Yeah. So, I mean, what a significance that is. But, I love it when you call me Big Papa, all about it. Notorious B.I.G. And the thing about him, too, is that he unfortunately had his life cut short at a very, very early age. But the amount that he was able to accomplish just in, he was, what, 20, less than 25?
In his 20s. I can't remember exactly.
His early 20s or mid-20s. But regardless, what he was able to accomplish at such a young age, too, I mean, just talked about his significance. Yeah,
and his significance is shown in the fact that he actually only released 2 albums.
Yeah, 2.
One during his lifetime, and then he was making one when he was tragically killed.
Yeah.
And so that album was released posthumously. I think, again, it's sort of his voice that makes him probably the most special. His rap style, I feel like, was extremely influential to people who came after him. And it somehow was forceful, but also laid back at the same time. And it's like, I don't know how you can be both of those things.
But he was, and honestly, it's one of the names that will live on forever, of course, being here in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but something that has definitely gone through different generations as well, too. So, all right, leading us to our last inductee here on the performer category, T.REX. Let's talk about T.REX.
Yeah, I mean, T.REX was really instrumental in starting the glam rock genre. And Mark Bolan was such a great presence in that band. And they just have so many great songs. Like Children of the Revolution just makes me want to start a revolution, So I'm really excited to see them on the list too.
Okay, so one more time we will take you through. If I just lost my notes here, we got this. Okay, we got it. All right, sorry. We'll take you through the list one more time of the performer categories that were just inducted here just a few minutes ago here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So Depeche Mode, the Doobie Brothers, Whitney Houston, 9 Inch Nails, the Notorious B.I.G, and finally T.REX. Okay. Congratulations to all of them. Let's get to some snubs, shall we? This is always kind of the fun part of what we get to talk about here. And I think first and foremost, what is going to be a big talker, what maybe a lot of fans are definitely going to be upset about is this is the first year that the fan vote hasn't been inducted since it was introduced back in 2013. So, and Dave Matthews Band blew away the competition leading that. So, reaction, were you surprised to not see them inducted?
I think that this ballot, I wouldn't have been surprised whatever happened because so many people on the ballot, this was their first time on it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen. And clearly, Dave Matthews Band fans, of which I think we are too,
of course.
Came out and really supported the band. But that just shows you how the fan vote doesn't always match up with what the rest of the voters are doing.
Definitely. And I think a big talker right now is that just in... Maybe just because of history of where it said that since 2013, people are like, well, every single year they always get in, so maybe people are feeling that sense of entitlement with it. But, this is just a reminder that, it's not guaranteed with being, just because you win the fan vote doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win everything else. But, what a big year for the fan vote, though, too. Like, over 8 million compared to last year where it was 3 million. So, I mean, that says a lot about the Rock Hall as well and really getting fans involved in this.
Yeah, and we of course, had a great partnership with Google this year that enabled us to get so many of those fan votes.
I know that you're upset about Pat Benatar. We talked about it earlier.
I mean, I love Pat Benatar, and I think that all of the nominees, they still have their day. This isn't the only year that they're going to be eligible, and so I'm hopeful that a lot of these bands will get in the future too. And it's a little cheesy to say, but it is an honor just to be nominated.
Absolutely.
I remember the Zombies. It took them a while to actually get in. They had several nominations, and they were actually so proud of being a nominee before an inductee that they used to have their announcer announce them on stage as Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees, the Zombies.
Yeah.
So it was great when they got in too, because then, it kind of showed that you can be nominated a lot of times and get in.
Okay, and then also, I mean, I know Rufus featuring Chaka Khan has been on this numerous times as well. And also, as we're talking here too, head over to our website, WKYC.com. We have full coverage on each one of these. We have music videos of each one of the inductees, a lot of really good stuff, super in-depth information on all of that. Our web team does a phenomenal job of doing all of that. So head over to our website, WKYC.com. But a number of these, just taking away, who do you think maybe is on the lookout for next year that really is maybe a front runner already?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see because it all depends on kind of who is on the nominating committee at any given time. But I'm hopeful that we'll see some of these people like Pat Benatar, like Rufus featuring Shaka Khan back on the list.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're just tuning in with us right now, again, this is Mandy Smith. She's the Director of Education here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And if you haven't been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I mean, it's amazing. I'm not a Cleveland native, but so many Cleveland natives that I talk to are like, oh, yeah, I've lived here my whole life, never been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Come check this out. This is a treasure here in our community, especially if you like rock and roll music, if you like rap, hip hop, everything. It's all here, even some of the older classic different genres as well. So it's just a fun time to be out here. But of course, yeah, no problem. But yeah, so once again, we're talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions. Let's just take you through the list if you're just joining us right now. So Depeche Mode, Doobie Brothers, Whitney Houston, 9 Inch Nails, the Notorious B.I.G, and T.REX. They are all on the 2020 class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. So very excited about that. And hey, another big thing for Cleveland, which is really exciting. First off, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is celebrating 25 years, which is a big year for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but also a big year for Cleveland in the sense that the actual induction ceremony is going to be here in Cleveland, which now it flips back and forth between New York and Cleveland, but for a long time it wasn't in Cleveland for a number of years. And so it's really exciting to be having that here in Cleveland as well, which is coming up on May 2nd. And the tickets are going to be available soon for that if people want to go check that out, correct? 10 a.m. February 27th. Look at you. And then if you want to get a shot at some early tickets, you'll have to become a member or a donor of the Rock Hall by January 31st. Hold on to your pockets, folks, ladies and gentlemen. February 25th, you would be able to buy a limited amount of tickets. Okay. And your donation and membership goes to support Rock Hall education. Yes. And who wouldn't want to support kids getting educated through the power of rock and roll? Absolutely. And so that's going to be taking place on May 2nd, public auditorium. And also another really exciting thing for this year as well, it's going to be the first time that it's going to be live streamed on HBO. So typically it's shot by HBO and then it's released like a month or two later. This year, you don't have to wait at all. It's going to be right on HBO. Really exciting. But Mandy, let's wrap this up. Takeaways, just real quick, some quick hitters from today and takeaways from this year's class. I think the takeaways from this year's class are that rock and roll is a really, really broadly defined thing here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we are really excited to have all 6 of these people join the ranks of our inductees. Cool. All right. Mandy, where can we find more information on, we can find more information on WKYC.com. What am I talking about? But if you want to come check out the Rock Hall, where can people do that as well? Rockhall.com. Super simple. How about that? And also, if you want to, we have a full coverage on our website of this. So once you're done with us, don't hang up quite quick on Facebook Live. Thank you. But head over to our website, WKYC.com. I mean, our web team has every single year. I'm blown away at the coverage that they do. The full in-depth music videos, fun stats, statistics, the whole deal of this year's Rock Hall induction class of 2020. So one more time, Depeche Mode, Doobie Brothers, Whitney Houston, 9 Inch Nails, Notorious B.I.G, T.REX. I'm Austin Love, Mandy Smith. Mandy, she's the Director of Education, and we all just got educated here, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day.